Beamer Merchants. Today we are going to show you how to remove a GPS computer module from your BMW. Now again, this particular model is the MK3, and it is compatible with many BMW models such as the e46, e39, and the e53 X5. Today we're going to go ahead and work with the X5. Gonna go ahead and this is how it looks. If you have a e46, a 3 Series, or a e39, it might look different, the setup here, but again, the removal process is the same for all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show two units. It's semi-identical ones, but I'm gonna show you what you need. Okay, in order to remove this GPS module, you need to locate. There's 4 holes right here. It's 1, 2. On the other side, you got 3 and 4 right there. Okay. The tools that we're gonna use for this project, we're gonna use some very expensive BMW tools. Of course, I'm kidding. And these are the tools that we're gonna use. Okay. In order to remove this unit here, we can use any of these tools. What I'm using is a screwdriver. Okay, you can use anything similar to it. Again, I'm using a screwdriver, an Allen, again a Torx, and an Allen. Okay, what you need to do in this case is do the following: take a tool, okay, and then I'm gonna do it here, but it'll be the same process if it was installed. So anyhow, you take a tool like this, and what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make sure it fits in this hole here, you know. And also to make sure that it's not too thin. Like, let me show you here. This would be too big. Okay, obviously if I try to put it in, you see it doesn't go in. Okay, this would be too thin. I mean, it'll go through, but it's not gonna go ahead and put enough pressure. The reason why it needs to fit just snug in the hole is for this reason here. When you put it here, okay, flip it around, what's holding the computer module in place are these tabs here. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Perfect. Are these tabs right here. Okay, you got one here, and you got 2 on the other side. What happens is when you go ahead and take this type of tool and you push it in, let me show you. You can see it. You see what happens there? It pushes the pin back. So if you push it further in, there you go, it pushes the pin back. So if you look, let's look down. You see this pin is pushed back compared to this pin. So that's what this type of tool does. That's what any special tool would do. It just pushes the pins back so it doesn't latch to the bracket when you try to pull it out. So again, you would pull one right there. I take another one here, located, and again, if you can just notice, see how this little pin is sticking out. If you were to pull this out or try to force this out with your hand like this, it's actually gonna go ahead and you're gonna break this trim right here. Okay, I know because I've done it before. So again, see how the pin here is pushed back, so it's flushed, nothing's holding it. So same thing, if you notice that, let me push this thing here. See how it pushes it back, look. See that? Okay, so that's what you need to do on both sides. You got one side here, another one here, and again, let me take my special tool, which again I'm using this screwdriver. Nothing fancy, just regular screwdriver. Make sure it fits here, and as you push it in, you see how, look at that right there. It pushes this pin right here, it pushes it back. Let's do that right there. You do that, and then you take another one. I'm gonna take this one here, and you do the same thing. You go ahead and put it back here, and there you go, you push it in. Okay, now you're probably asking yourself, why can I use a thinner screwdriver? Well, if you use a thinner screwdriver, when you push it in here, it's let me see if I can explain it. Since this one has a thicker shaft, it's gonna go ahead and all you have to do is push it in and it'll be set in place. Okay, however, if you put a thinner one, it'll do the job, don't get me wrong, but when you put it in, okay, you're gonna have, when you remove it, you're gonna have to push like this. You're gonna have to push to get that pin as far back as possible so it doesn't latch onto the bracket. Okay, so again, but if you use a thicker shaft, you pretty much, it does the job. You see that? You don't have to wiggle it or anything. You could, but it just sits there. So anyhow, once all the pins are in place, it's just a matter of very carefully taking this end and sliding it out of your car. Okay, I mean, I wish I could got one hand here, but for example, if it was right here, let's imagine this right here. There you go. So if it was right there, you got the tools right here that are pushing the pins back. All you would have to do is very carefully just slide it out and it will come off. And then of course, once you get here, you go ahead and tilt a little bit back and you gotta disconnect the two wires right there. But again, the process is pretty simple. Just again, be careful when you pull. You don't want to pull too hard here. You might break this trim. And again, just use anything with the shaft that fits, that snuggles in perfectly in that hole right there. And again, that's how you do it. Okay, and this process is the same for you know, 3 series, 5 series, 7 series, and in this case the X5. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Any feedback, comments would be greatly appreciated. And as always, go ahead and subscribe to our channel for future videos. Again, thanks for watching. You have a great day.